The Mini Masters is a chance for players to get the same thrill as the Masters, but at a fraction of the cost. It's just $6 to enter, and you'll be competing against thousands for that first prize of over $4,000. Tonight, we're going to be taking a look back at a game from the 29th of September, and your commentators will be Dan Grant and Scott Shelley.
Get ready? New hand.
And here he is. We can see he's already second in chips. He has to be a favourite, even though he hasn't got the chip lead. I mean, he's won the Masters, and now the kind of little sister is at his mercy, Scott.
Yeah, you got to imagine that the final table of Masters, the quality of play is going to probably be better than this one. I mean, it's the highest, one of the highest buy-in tournaments, and like, the experience he's got from that to take to this is going to help him so much.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I mean, just looking at the form guide, ERDD and Dr. Forever are the only guys at this table with $1,000 cashes or more.
Easy shove for ERDD here.
I mean,
it looks like a lot, but it's really not.
yeah. Well, Chippy's got over 4 million.
Yeah.
Here.
Fold.
And I'd imagine this is going to be a call. Oh, it's half his stack. It probably is a call, but it's just close because it's half his stack. Wouldn't hate him for folding, but...
Yeah, good player from middle position. Doesn't have to have pocket nines in that spot.
No.
Could easily have a, well, even smaller pair or a king-queen or something.
He could have a hand that's even ace-jack's got dominated. He could have jack-10 suited, king-jack, stuff like that.
But it's not a bad pass in the end.
No, I don't think it's... I think if you had like 2 million in chips, you have to call. But when it's half your stack, it's quite close.
Yeah,
like
right.
if it was tight shark or anyone else above that, then it's definitely a call.
Yeah, next place gets $213. First gets over $4,000.
Yeah, no one's going to want to bust early on the final. Bit of squeaky bum time.
Red Hulk, the only German at the table, gets out of the way. I like cards. He must like those cards.
Yep.
$794.
Yep, same pretty much stack as ERDD.
Oh, yeah, 6 bigs.
I fold.
And what's this stack size?
Well,
here?
chip leader. This is the
Oh,
chip
this is
leader.
the chip leader. Oh, right.
He's going to love that.
Yeah.
It's only 6.5 big blinds,
Yeah, he's
remember?
gonna love that.
He just makes the call. I guess...
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If there's someone with a big stack behind, then yeah, that's fine. I mean, if they were all around 1 million, then you might as well just put it in because you're not going to fold for the extra.
Well, first race of this final table.
Fades the flop and the turn. He needs 6 outs.
Oh,
There's one. Chip leader lose a little bit, but not the end of the world for them.
Yes.
Understandably happy about that.
yeah, that's right. A smattering of Brits.
New hand.
Dr. Forever, the most accomplished. He's got almost $200,000 in lifetime earnings from PKR tournaments, which is
Sick.
more than the whole rest of the table combined. So
This is.
think
I was,
we can
I was
assume
quite
he's-
interested to see how they played this here because it's. I wouldn't have minded just min raising, but it does look quite strong off that stack, so I don't blame him for just shoving.
Fold.
But I just don't think they're going to get much action. Oh, they'll get action. They're not going to like this action though.
Oh, and it's yeah, that's really unfortunate, to say the least.
Yeah, he's going to feel a bit sick,
Here comes the flop. And here's the turn.
and he hasn't even got a heart, so he's got 1 out.
And here's the
That'd have been pretty ill.
Yeah, that's it. And after doubling up, well, he
Yeah.
wins one race and then he runs into a big pair, and well, that's it. Unfortunately,
Yeah, he's going to feel a bit sour
He
about
is-
that. But
well, exactly, seeing as he loses his
it's-
chop, loses the pot
yeah.
for the chip lead.
no matter how he plays that, it should go in pre-flop anyway. So
Yeah.
he shouldn't feel too bad about it.
fold.
Yeah, 7 hours for $213 is not what you ideally wanted, but you know, he didn't do anything wrong.
This should be an easy shove for the 4s here, Whitehead.
Yeah, you've only got 5 players to get through.
Don't
there's,
fold.
There's half your stack in the middle, remember? Look at that, 368k.
Yeah, wow, that's so massive.
I fold.
Oh no! His
Oh,
2
dear.
4s have been folded, to be fair. So
Well,
if he did walk into a pair, he'd be dead.
yes.
But, oh, it's just
Well, he would have.
he would have got cool, but
Yeah, but he would have
he's
been
winning. Yeah,
He would have been winning for a
Yeah.
pretty big pot.
I mean, he would have shoved for 400. It'd have been like one. He would have got a triple up for a heads up pot.
No, he had like 650, 700 because the 360 in the middle was half of his stack size.
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, so he would have won like
Well,
a
nearly a triple up.
1.5.
Yeah, nearly a triple up.
Sick.
And there's one of the jacks out of the deck there.
Fold.
So we know he only had 5 outs, maybe less.
Yeah, well, you know, he waits for a better spot, but bear in mind that's 360k's going round.
Here we go.
Yeah, I
It's being
think
removed from your stack every round.
there it goes into the middle.
ERDD. Plenty of form in the book. A fine man and a decent player.
I think I'll raise. I fold.
Chippy with the magic Scott Shelley. Oh, is exactly the spot, or the action's different, but
Yeah,
the cards are the
they're
same.
a bit deeper.
Yeah.
All in.
Well,
Oh wow! See, I hate that.
are you thinking maybe he flats?
I would love to see a flat,
Right.
but I think they're deep enough where you could have just made a really small min raise. Where I don't think he's like obviously he's got 7-4, but you don't think he's gonna have 7-4.
Ooh, he shows the aces.
Like I think any part of his value range, he's not folding to a min raise just because
Right.
you're deep enough. But yeah, flat would have been great there.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely getting a C
Yeah,
bet
and not
from
only
your
that,
opponent.
there's a chance that if he's got a hand like king queen and stuff, it comes king high. He's gonna go bet shove, and you're just gonna get the whole lot.
Maybe there's a feeling that you've taken so long to get here.
He doesn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, there's like
I've got
zero
the nuts
risk.
now. Like get it in.
Well, and he shows
But-
the aces as well. Maybe he wants to make a shove on someone later on,
Yeah.
and we'll see that, and we'll see the result of using that bit of image. But yeah, aces don't come around too often.
Fold.
Well, I think JCJ
Fold,
is or is close to the chip lead. Min raises it with pocket sevens.
Fold.
Wow, this is
All in.
Well, he
this
can't
is just
fold.
a big pair minefield.
Yeah.
Well, it's essentially a min raise, just bigger than min
Yeah.
raise.
He's never ever folding, even if he had the 7-4 like he did the last time.
Here comes the flop. And here's the turn card.
We found some outs.
Here comes the river.
Yeah,
Sorry,
kings holds.
I thought he had 7-4 again. I said found some outs.
Yeah. Well, it is a bit of a minefield at the moment.
No suck outs yet.
No suck outs.
Definitely one coming now. I've said that.
There was a jack on the river for the ace jack versus the nines, but that's not really a.
Nah, yeah,
That's not
that's
really a suck
yeah. It was a bit painful for the nines,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'm
Well, just under 4 bigs for Yelir. We haven't seen much of him, but
Yeah.
pocket eights is easily good enough.
fold.
Whitehead with the 1.5 bigs is.
Well, so far
It's-
we just know that he's going to run into something. What's it going to be? Oh dear, there's Red Hulk.
It's so
What a
sick.
life. Kings moments ago, now jacks.
Odds on there being a bigger hand behind.
Yes, quite possibly.
There's 2 hands to get through now.
That's it.
Suits are covered and everything.
Flop. Here's the turn.
Oh, there's a 9 ball maybe.
9
No.
doesn't really help him that much.
Yeah,
though.
well it would, because then a jack comes.
Yeah, but then the 8's
Run
dead.
a straight.
His 8's dead.
Oh, don't worry about the eights.
But it's just swapped that. It's
I
just the same
know.
amount of outs, just swapped. Mug.
I just thought it'd be a more interesting story. All right, how no? We haven't seen anything from him, and he's got a big stack. Ace 10. Tricky situation. It's
I
not
think,
too sure-handed yet.
Yeah, no, I think depending on the stat sizes, a fold's a lot of the times best here, just because you're going to be, people are going to be shoving in on you, and they're likely going to have you crushed, and you're going to be priced in just because how shallow everyone is. So yeah, I'm quite pleased to see him fold there. There's no point taking the risk there.
Some big stacks around, but
Yeah.
actually they're still just under 20 bigs. Is a big stack now.
I think
This is
I'll
going to get so
raise.
shallow.
Fold.
Yeah, in the end, the ace 10 would have got through, but he doesn't know that at the time.
And we.
Oh,
And-
actually,
Let's see
the
the flop.
big was so short that maybe.
I didn't realise how short they
Yeah.
were.
And here's the river.
And it's worked out for them somehow.
Yeah.
They've somehow gone from like 1 big to 5.
Yeah, well, he had just under 2 bigs.
Yeah.
So,
And now he's got like what, 4 bigs? It's got like 800k.
yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like a lot more when you
There
say
you go.
800k.
There's 5 bigs for
Yeah, that's
double
a
D.
fold. You have to fold
It's
there.
all relative though now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. See, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of owning the
Forever.
Queen Jack.
Fold.
Whitehead found the king.
Yeah,
How sick is this guy?
this is sick. Is this en route to victory? I wonder. It'd be quite remarkable.
That would be insane.
Red Hulk
I fold.
gets out of the way. Thank
I
God.
Can't read 'em and we.
He's gonna
Eyes
need to
down,
hit.
here comes
Yeah,
the
he's
flop.
pretty much dead on the flop.
Wow, 1% goes to
Yeah.
0%.
And here's the river.
Oh, great little period for Whitehead.
Just times their stat by 10. Nearly.
Wow, and look, and the 2 guys with the most experience, Dr. Forever and ERDD, 5 bigs and 12.5 bigs. 13 bigs. But, you know, there you go. There's virtually nothing
Less.
between the whole
It's got,
field.
like, it's 5 and like 8 bigs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? True that. Been a long day. JCJ came in as the chippy, but really there's no chippy right now.
Yeah, it's anyone's ball game really.
Yeah.
I fold. Fold.
ER double D. Like they're in the blinds. Both the short stacks could see it all in confrontation.
Yeah, not the time for Tiger Shark.
See what ER double D has. He's going to
Not-
be looking to shove.
Yeah, not the time for Red Hulk. Wow, here we go. We've seen him shove from this position 100% of the time.
Yeah, I
pretty
was
much.
about to say I'd shove. This is a call. I mean, it's not a call if you feel like they're never shoving light, but
Right.
if you feel they're going to be shoving the range they should be, then this is a call. Like I've snapped called in spots like this before. I mean, yes, it's at the final table, so you might want to think about it a bit longer, but.
But it's only, you got to remember, it's only 6 big
Yeah.
blinds against the.
And you got to think
one
they're
of the
shoving
most-
any two, and you got a suited king, and not only that, it's a straightening king. It's not like king deuce.
Yeah, you could have them
Yeah.
like
Please
dominated.
don't fold. Please don't fold. Don't fold.
Maybe he thinks that he can get it in against the other
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
slightly tighter players.
Yeah.
But still, it's.
You are
it's-
right. You are right. There might be a case for saying yeah, but
Wow.
I think ER double D's got away with one there. I mean, I don't blame him for shoving the queen seven because he's got the absolute average hand.
Quite right.
So
I
he's
don't-
hoping that his opponent just doesn't have a hand to call him with.
Well, you definitely can't limp, so
No.
I don't think you can pass. And
No.
You've got 5 bigs.
Exactly,
Can you pass
yeah,
a spot
no.
like that?
I
And it
think-
got through. I mean, look how it got through.
I mean, he folded the king nine. You got to imagine that's like a big hand there.
Yeah,
So think of the hands, all the different hands he would have folded anyway.
yeah.
Fold. Fold.
Wow, blinds up to 125 and 250. There's 550k in the middle. That is half of the stack of one or two of these shorties. It's absolutely sick. Tight Shark. Somehow he's got 6 million. We must have. I guess if you steal 1 or 2 or 3 pots,
Yeah.
you're
Oh.
absolutely golden.
Jeez, another big hand here. ER double D. Loving life that he got that shove through.
Perfect. Oh, it's an unfortunate amount for Tight Shark to have to call.
I fold.
Oh well, I don't.
It's just,
It's like you're getting 2.5 to 1.
yeah, it's just.
Ooh, he makes the
Here's
call.
flop.
He's gonna be happy to
Turn card.
have flopped a little piece of it.
ER double D looks
comes the
safe.
river.
He's
Yep.
home and dry for a decent sized
4
pot.
mil pot.
Wow, and he's up from short stack with 1 million up to 4 mil.
Whitehead down to the 2 bigs again. He's
Yeah. Well, what do you do here?
I think I fold. Chances are you're gonna get a more better looking hand at least. Maybe not better than Jack High, but at least more playable, like 7-8 or something. Much rather have that to go all in on the big blind with.
Oh, no, we haven't seen much of. Thinking
Yeah, you
about-
can't really do much with this hand and
I
his
don't
stack
think so.
sizes. I mean, this tight
Tight
sharp.
Shark, he's got the chip lead.
Yeah, I just feel that it's just so short.
I fold.
That I don't mind people just folding here.
Magnificent spot here.
Yeah, I mean, he might be just open shoving. Wow.
Wow, that is really
Okay,
very
that's me
unusual
all
Are
indeed.
they both short? Let's see. Oh, no,
Well,
but it's still, yeah.
well, yeah, less than
it's
10
a shove.
bigs.
It's a shove to me, yeah.
Wow, I can't
It's
believe
just so
he
much
passed the
to
ace.
pick up. And he's got it. Oh, wow, he's found his 5, but he's got to fade the clubs. Oh,
That's
spoke
it.
too soon.
That is it.
Yeah, he should have called the king 9, really. I think looking back, he's going to see this and maybe feel like he made a mistake. But
I think he can also feel a little bit aggrieved that ER double D didn't move in with the ace-7 and therefore he wouldn't have had to
Oh,
move
yeah.
in with the jack.
yeah, 100% there.
That was
100, yeah.
that's very
I
strange.
mean, it's a case of they've just doubled up. They don't want to risk it with a marginal hand, and even though they've got chips, it's not a lot of physical chips.
yeah, but they had 4 mil and they
2 mil.
the
was just-
effective
2
stack
mil
was 2 mil.
like 8 bigs. Yeah, you're right. 100% he should be
Yeah.
shoving, but
Okay.
just because he's doubled out that last hand from
Yep.
being short, he's now second in chips. He's probably
Wow.
thinking.
Fold.
Yep. Well, that was Dr. Forever,
Fold.
7th place, $600
All in.
onwards.
There you
And
go.
Whitehead's all in.
Let's see the flop.
He's got a heart at least for backdoors.
Is the 10-5? Oh,
Needs to hit more.
Here comes the river.
we'll never know if the Jack 4 would have done better than the 10-5.
Yeah.
And you can win blinds and atneys as well. You wouldn't be in the blinds. But whatever.
Yeah, but he was heads up with a chance of like quadrupling up because of how short his stack was. When if he moves in under the gun, he could probably go 3-way if they're both blinds call, for example.
And then he can quintuple up.
With Jack 4 off.
Yeah.
Although
All
saying
right.
that, I'd rather that than 10-5 off. But
Yeah.
even still, it's not much difference.
Well, 6th place and $863.
Oh, this is a bit of a cooler here for. Is it what are we 500 now?
Yep.
All in.
Yeah, this is a bit of a cooler.
Ooh.
Fold.
Well, Red Hulk has run pretty good so far in picking up kings twice.
Cool.
He's
And
gonna need to
jacks.
find a jack now.
Comes the flop.
Wow,
Let's have the turn
that's a
card.
pretty decent flop for the ace jack.
And here's
Oh,
the
yes, he
river.
gets there.
He got there. Tight shark's not going to be a happy bunny.
Well, I mean, it's exclusively pre-flop poker at this final table
Yeah.
because of this, because of the stack
Average
size
stack's
of the
like
blinds.
12 blinds.
So you know
So,
you're going to
yeah.
see a lot of back and forth and stacks being shipped over the felt because
Someone
you
just
know,
needs to take it by the balls and just go absolutely bonkers,
yeah.
and they can just run over the table.
Fold. Fold.
Well, you've got to think Red Hulk is short. Oh no, he just doubled up, didn't he?
Yep. He's got like
Raised.
4 mil now.
Wow, that's the first sort of measured raise. Oh, we've seen the odd min raise, I suppose. Tight shot. Oh dear.
Yeah, I would have preferred him to make it 600 just because there's no need to make it an extra 150. I don't think anyone's playing back without a hand, so you can fold to any rejam.
I fold.
See, if I was Ronaldo, I would have made it like 1.2, not even min raise it, just to get him to try and do something.
And you know it's an art form. You know, short stacked. I consider them all. You know, relatively short stacked now. And
Yeah, oh yeah, the whole table is.
this is really an art form playing this kind of poker. Obviously, you're to some respect you're in the lap of the gods.
Yeah.
Once it goes in.
But there's a lot of, I think a lot of players make mistakes here, more mistakes than they would otherwise. Like short stack play, it's just about ranges of hands that you should be shoving and folding, calling with, and in obviously different spots.
All in.
Jack 9 gets it in.
I like that. He's putting the pressure on someone with a lower stack.
Whoa, and he's
Tight shark should be snapping,
Tanking, yeah.
calling, and when he does finally call, Hal no C is going to be quite happy to have 2 overs. But I thought he was going
makes
to
it
fold there. I was like, what? Like I don't.
Let's see the flop. Let's have
Good
the
flop for
turn
the
card.
eights. Great turn. Just needs to fade the jack
This
9.
is
Yeah.
the river.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should
big
have called a
pot.
lot quicker there. Really.
yeah, that was one of the biggest pots so far.
Hal no is going to be absolutely crippled now. 2 bigs barely,
Okay, new hand.
and they're in the big blind. So yeah, they're going to be going with it. Oh no, sorry, they're under the gun. I think I might shove this.
All in.
Just because chances are it's going to be a better looking hand than your big blind. You don't want to get queen deuce or something. You want a hand that's going to
Yeah.
just do something.
ER double D to move
Like you're
in.
not going to mind.
Okay.
Like he's going to want him to move in.
Right.
I call.
Because now he's going 3 ways. He would have loved ER double D to move in there, with ace deuce.
He's in pretty good shape, but
Yeah,
not
he's
much.
faded the flop. He needs to see.
Check.
3 of spades would have been an interesting card for him, or 5 of spades. No, well, that takes away his ace. It
Turn
becomes
card.
5 of spades. Now the only ace.
Check.
Well, a 10 or an 8 would do.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it
All in.
is going to be 5th place.
not a fan of that.
There you go.
This is the river.
Really not a fan of the shove. I mean, he's got the best hand a lot of the time there, but if he gets called, he's massively behind, and it's a dead side pot.
Right. The
So
argument
like,
might
he
be...
might be pushing out a hand that could potentially beat the all-in player, and therefore knock
Yeah.
them out, and everyone moves up in places. Like yeah, in some spots you should be looking to win or build a side pot if you've got a big hand, for example.
Well, I guess the argument in that spot from him might be I don't want to give my opponent a free chance to hit any card higher than a 7, basically, which he might have.
Yeah.
But you're right. In doing so, your opponent might well beat
fold.
the...
And not only that, if you get called, you're absolutely under it there with the 7. Like, there's no hand that you're in good shape against that calls there.
Yeah, well, that is How No CUC, 5th place, $1,129, 4 remaining. Don't forget, 4,173 up top. And blinds are going to be whizzing round fast and furious. It really is time for someone to put together a series of steals.
Yeah. It's incredible how effective it is as well. It could take you from being bottom stack to being like chip leader by twice the chips. Like, it's ridiculous.
I fold.
There's like nearly 800k out there every hand.
Yeah, the feeling is now ER double D. In fact, exactly what you just said. He is the short stack,
Fold.
but not for long.
I think there, I might not have shoved the queen 5. I mean, he was on the button 4-handed, which means he's under the gun next hand.
Yeah.
I think I might have folded and just shoved blind without looking at my hand. Just 'cause queen 5, and although it's you're more likely to be ahead of a lot of hands than say 10-9 is. It's just a hand that's just so ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna love this now that he's just picked up some blinds as well, and now he's got a legitimate hand.
He moves in.
Yep, no decision there. Ooh,
Oh, tight shark.
see this?
It's not he's only got 200k invested.
I probably lean to more folds rather than call, just because you're flipping.
See the flop.
Wow.
Let's have the turn card.
It's one thing to push with it, but it's another to call off of it. I mean,
Yeah.
This is
he's
the
right in thinking he's got the best hand, but I feel like there's better spots there. But yeah, ER-double-D's now chip leader's going to be loving life.
Yeah, absolutely. From short stack to chippy. And now, what is he going to do with it?
Yeah, let's see if he can carry on the pressure. Be interested to see. $500,000 big blind now. A min raised to a mil.
Yeah. Does it ever get to that in the main event? I don't think it does.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, does it?
It must do.
You get million chip big blinds.
Yeah, because you had Jerry Yang that year going 6.7 million and all that.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
2 mil was the open raise at the right at the. Oh, no,
But that's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that would be
you're right,
like,
you're
yeah,
right.
no, they would be this big.
Wow.
They've got, there's like, what's 7,000 times 30,000? That's roughly what the chips in play are in the main event. More, it's more than that.
2.1 mil.
No.
No, 21.
No, it's
Oh yeah,
211.
sorry, 1,000 times 1,000.
Is it 211 million? That sounds about
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, so exactly, yeah. Heads up, they're not going to be 100 bigs deep, 1 mil big blind,
No.
are they?
Red Hulk, what a roller coaster he's been on.
Yeah.
Premiums all over the shop, up and
It's-
down, but he's still in.
It's so sick, this spot they're all in, because it's so many hands you should be shoving, but because of the prize jumps and like people behind you, like
Wow.
this is an easy spot.
Easy call
and an easy
too.
call, really. But have they made a couple of tight folds before?
Well, no, I think it was tank calls that were maybe quite easy calls. Oh, he's hit straight away.
Yeah. Oh, a couple more outs for JC.
And here's the river.
No, not to be.
Yeah, unlucky. JC came into this 9-handed final table as the chip leader, and well, fourth is just about the absolute minimum you would really look at. And
Yeah, I think
personally, it's worse.
I think anything worse than that, you'd be really disappointed. I think he'd still be disappointed, but
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
you buy in for $6 plus the optional one rebuy or add-on,
Yeah.
and then you get $1,500
oh,
for
it's
fourth. It's pretty
it's
good.
a sick return as
Yeah,
investment.
Yeah.
And now ER-double-D with a big hand on the button is going to start applying the pressure.
Fold.
Yeah.
Look, he's picking up over like $1 million just by doing that. 900k.
Yeah.
He does that a couple of times. He's going to be able to just call them off for fun.
Yeah, ER-double-D, 408th final table. The other two have 163 between them.
Yeah, always remember him from the live the PKR live commentary we did.
Yeah.
Easy jam here.
I'm all in.
I think if he's in the big blind, this is a call, but
Really? Okay.
for four bigs.
Yeah, but they've all got under 10 bigs now.
Yeah, but
haven't
you can't imagine him just to be waiting for a hand with 4 bigs. I feel like King 7 from the big there is probably a call.
they? Well, 8-5 is probably not, but he makes the call.
What was that stack? Oh wow, got clubs though. Nope.
Oh.
6.
And here's the
Yeah,
Well,
that's gonna.
I think Red Hulk is obviously not going to be too pleased about that.
I don't think that's.
I mean, it was
bad
3
call.
more bigs,
Wait,
basically.
you got to think of the odds he's getting if he's live. It's just like he's gonna hate seeing 6s there.
Yeah.
If he knows the player's got 6s, he folds. As long as he thinks his 2 live cards are live, he's calling.
Yeah, well, Red Hulk from Berlin, $2,191. From 3,400 players, we are down to 2. But
Yeah.
who's going to take this title?
Now raise.
Yeah. Tight shark's not going to be folding in. Looks like he's going to be getting in.
Okay, all in.
Don't do it.
No, there's no way he does that. 8.6 mil.
Should definitely be just min raising now with these blinds. It's just if you could raise less than a min, you'd want to. And these are situations where you want to be saving as many chips as possible. There's just no reason to risk anymore.
1.5x.
Yeah. We had that discussion once. I remember.
We did. Maybe that's an idea for a new format.
Yeah. It should be a shove. I mean, I think Tight Shark's playing about 6, aren't they?
Now raise.
I think, no, more.
Oh wow, I'm not a fan of the 3x.
Oh, yeah, wow, they're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much
yeah.
the same
Yeah, I would
stacks
have
here.
probably min raised folded to King 9. I don't think they're shoving worse.
Wow, 3x, and he's going to
Yeah.
have to get away.
Yeah, he's gonna have to now.
I mean, we don't know. He might not get away, but... Oh, he
There we
didn't. He
go.
didn't. He's got it in. Wow, this is for the tournament, pretty
Yeah.
much.
There's
I don't know
not
what the
much in
delay is. What's the delay?
He's very methodical. Is that the right word?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Likes to think things through.
There we go. There's less than a
Oh
big blind
wow,
left on the table.
king's got there. He needs to fade a 10 or an ace.
Here's the river.
Sorry, a 10.
Wow, that's it. That is it. ER gets past 3,414 others. He wins 4K and, well, fortunate in the final hand, but it is a good run from him.
Congratulations there to ERDD winning $4,173. Dan, did the right man win?
Yeah, I mean, any one of them could have won. Obviously, Dr. Forever, he had all the form coming into it. He could have gone on, but he got a little bit unlucky. Yeah, I think it was probably a worthy winner. We know, having met him before and having seen him play, that he's a good player, and he got the breaks at the right times. I think, you get past 3,500 players to win a tournament. It doesn't happen very often, and it doesn't matter how you did it. You've got to absolutely love that, and it's also a sick return on your investment. $6 into
It's amazing.
$4,000
Yeah.
is ridiculous. So congratulations to him.
And Scott, people may call that a crap shot. Are they right?
I mean, with the sort of runners that tournament's got, there's going to be stages where the action's pretty slow, and because of that, the blinds are catching up with players' stacks, and when you get to the final table, players are going to be really shallow. The thing that I think players might make a mistake with here is that there's so many physical chips in play, they feel like they've got more room than what they really do. So when they feel like they've got loads of chips, they may only have 10 big blinds or less.
Brilliant. Well, look, thanks, guys. And we'll see you again next time at PKR TV.